the University of Asia and the Pacific's Masters in Management 6-year program, and I create candles. So you must be wondering, out of all of the business ventures I could have gotten myself into, why did I choose making candles out of all things? So if you were on TikTok last year around June to August or October, you've probably come across these types of videos under the trend called Draco Talk. It's a trend that's lasted for 6 months long, and creators green screen themselves in Harry Potter movie scenes, and then they create a new storyline out of that. So these videos are very creative and it's all over the app, and it really brought me nostalgia and comfort since I've been a big Harry Potter fan when I was still in sixth grade. And we're in the middle of a pandemic, and it's really nice to see these kinds of content on social media. And this trend also brought back my liking in one of the characters of the series called Draco Malfoy. He's practically Harry Potter's bully turned arch nemesis. And one day, I came across a video of this girl making candle that smells like Draco. So me, being an impulsive buyer and being a fan of the series, I thought I should get one. So I did. I did get the candle, and I was disappointed. While the candle smelled so good, the flame would die down after a few seconds. So I tried to fix it. I scooped the wax out of the jar and then melted it in a double broiler, which is like the bowl on top of hot water. And then I cut the votive candle in half, which is the ones you see in cemeteries and mass. And then I got the wick out of it. And then I poured the molten wax in a random glass container I found at home. So that was the very first DIY candle that I made. And then from there, I realized, hey, I can make money out of this. And this was literally me when I realized this opportunity. So from there, I started to do some research. I searched on the different types of waxes, its health effects and whatnot, the wick type, if I want it wood or cotton, also the vessel type, which is where I'll put my candles. I also had to learn the chemistry of candle making to avoid a literal hot mess because waxes, when burned at a certain point, goes up into flames. And same goes if you pour your fragrance oils too early. It could literally spark fire and burn your home. So it was a very important thing I had to learn before making a candle. And from there, Lumen Candles is born. The business name is inspired by the different definitions of lumen. Firstly, it being the Latin translation of light, and then it's also the SI unit for luminous flux. And so our name is reflective of our purpose, which is to give light and love in your homes. So with the remaining money I have, which was sadly 2,000 pesos, I bought the materials I need for my candles. So I launched the Lumos collection last November 11, 2020. And it's inspired by, of course, Harry Potter and the scents from the potions and locations from the series. So the potions are Veritaserum and Amortentia, and then the locations are Malfoy Manor and Gryffindor Common Room. I was so happy it sold out overnight. Well, I honestly wasn't expecting it to do so well because from my last business, which was cookies and bread, it didn't really turn out well. So I was kind of discouraged from that, and I wanted to play safe. So yun, when it sold out the morning after, just I just couldn't stop smiling, and yeah, I was so inspired to develop my business more. And fast forward to December, I released the Christmas boxes and added more scents, namely Love Good and Hagrid's Hut. So after the Lumos collection, these are the limited collections that I released. There's the Hedwig tea light holder, the little owl bear, and then the Harry Styles collection inspired by one of his songs. And then I started 2021 with a new collection called Beyond the Pages, and these scents are inspired by places from books, movies, and TV shows. But I eventually changed the design because my competitors are also using this kind of aesthetic. So I wanted my candles to stand out in the market, of course. And there. So I relaunched this collection just a few weeks ago, and I opted for a clean look with colorful graphics for the labels. I also added a lot more scents, and I really thought a lot about for each scent. So first, here, if you see in your upper left, the first photo, it's called Beverly Hills. The scent is English pear and freesia, and it's inspired by the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If you've watched that, And then the second one here is Love Island, which smells like coconuts and sunblock, that fresh out of the beach kind of smell that's very salty and coconutty. And it's from a dating reality TV show, which is called Love Island. Rivendell, of course, from The Lord of the Rings, and it has aromatherapy benefits because I use lavender essential oils instead of a normal fragrance oil. Far, far away from the movie Shrek, and I get a lot of questions. Why Shrek out of all things? And it smells like pina colada. And then Grey Sloan Memorial Hospital from Grey's Anatomy, and it's a mixture of pine, cloves, and citrus to mimic the natural wonders of Seattle. Central Perk from Friends, and it smells like coffee and cocoa. Shiganshina District from Attack on Titan, if you've watched that, and it smells like leather. And lastly, probably with one of the most intricate scent line for this collection is Malfoy Manor, and this also came from my first collection. It has scent notes of pink grapefruit, Calabrian bergamot, balsa wood, and Haitian vetiver. And I've also recently added TikTok as my media channel, and to my surprise, I get majority of my sales there. So it's a really, I think it's a trending app now for small businesses because the algorithm is so easy to follow. Of course, doing that wasn't easy because I'm part of 5 school orgs, three of which I have executive positions in. I'm currently doing my thesis, and it's not a group work. I also manage my other business with my family called Ocha Milk Tea. It's a milk tea and snack bar inspired by Japanese and anime aesthetics. Of course, I can't get away with chores at home, even though I tell my mom, "Oh, I'm busy with my small business, with my akal." But she's, you live here, you do chores, so I have to do it, unfortunately. And lastly, I'm also finishing an internship for this semester, so it's pretty hectic. And with that, I'd like to share to you the 2 P's, which are the values I embodied in trying to balance all these different commitments while running my small business. So the first P is prioritization. I practiced that pronunciation last night. It was just hard. Anyway, when it comes to running a small business and also having other affiliations, there will be times where your personal and professional deadlines would clash. And the sad reality is there really are some things you need to give up. In my case, I had to give up a couple of org meetings because I need to pack orders, and there are also times where I had to stop taking orders because I need to focus on my finals. So you need to learn how to weigh tasks due to its importance. Prioritizing certain activities really shows us the things that matter to us the most, and this practice can be an eye opener for some people. This also challenges you on how committed you are to your craft. The next P is patience. Well, you need to be patient when running a small business because it takes a lot of time to grow. There are even times where sales would be at an all-time high, and then there would also be moments where no one would order for you from weeks. So just be patient with your craft and of course with yourself, because no one's telling you to do these things but you. So trust your judgment and learn to love the wait. Of course, I've also made a couple of mistakes in starting my own small business, and these are rookie mistakes that are easily avoidable. So please learn from me. And I think if one of my professors are here, they'd probably get mad because these are the type of things we learn in school. So yun, first, I did not do enough research on the basics of e-commerce. Because of the pandemic, my transactions are all online, and I didn't even research on how to ship to different locations. So when I had to ship my products to Cebu, Pasig, etc., I had to go out of my house, drive to the nearest pa-delivery, pa-shipping store, and then which is dangerous because we're in the middle of a pandemic and supposed to be at home. So good thing I learned from this and really spent time studying different e-commerce platforms where I can sell my products and the different couriers that does home pickup so that I don't need to go out of my house to ship orders every day. And the second and sad mistake is I did not create a business plan. Now, this is the part where my profs would really be disappointed because these are one of the things we learn in class and probably one of the most important things you should do before starting a business. The reason why I didn't create a business plan is because I was so excited to start this business. If you know that rush that I'm talking about, is the excitement of seeing the idea in your mind come to life. So pace yourself, calm yourself down and lay out all of your ideas into paper first before moving forward. Having a business plan on hand is like having a blueprint to your house. You know, if you don't have the blueprint, you wouldn't know which pipes to fix or which areas to change and improve. So yun, your business plan is your foundation for your business. So here's a beginner's guide to making a business plan to help you not make the mistake I did, because trust me, it was a mess having to fix all of my business problems without a mother plan. So for this one, you just need to answer all of these 6 questions and you get a rough canvas of how your business will look like. You may go in depth from this, but this one is a no brainer and no excuse for you to not make one. So the first question that you will be answering is, what are you selling? Will it be a product or a service? So you need to be very specific in writing down each aspect or characteristic of your product or service. Next, where will you sell it? Will it be online? Are you going to build your own pop-up store? Will you consign with supermarkets or mini marts? So once you've settled this, you can now determine your promotional channels for your business. For example, if you're going online, then you're probably going to use social media, Facebook ads. Third, who will you sell it to? This is your target market and this is important. I usually do an STP analysis, so it's specific, and but you can also just segment your market in terms of demographics, geographic, behavioral, and psychographic. And next, how much will it cost you? This is your initial capital in running your business. And once you get like a initial draft for your cost, you can now determine the prices of your product. And then when will you start selling? This is your target launch date. And lastly, what will you do now that you've answered all these questions? Will you be doing your publication materials next, or maybe start on manufacturing your product? So, there, an insanely simple business plan for you guys. And here are also the basic files I manage in order to run my candle business. These are very easy to manage and pretty much the ones you need at the moment if you're still starting small. For operations, I have my own inventory log where I keep track of my stocks and materials. Usually, I update these every candle sale I have, and for every time my raw materials arrive, and then I do a restock. For marketing, I track my content and posting deadlines using my marketing plan and calendar, and this is to keep my accounts healthy and, of course, to not make my media channels empty then. And for finance, I only do income statements since I don't need a full blown cash flows, balance sheets, ganon. So, I mean, you may also do those, but personally, I just don't want to, and it doesn't affect my business in any way. And I will probably do those once I really grow, like in a medium to large size business. And then I have my cash tracker and expense log to supplement the information needed for the income statement. And this is important for you to track your expenses to see if you're overspending in a month, or maybe you're having your expenses for marketing are too high, or maybe you need to lessen your personal expenses since your small business money can mix with your own personal finance. So yun, these are the simple paperwork you need to get done if you want to start a small business. So that's pretty much how I run my small business. The business in itself and every aspect of this is already a big accomplishment for me. And it taught me the essential lessons I could never get from school alone. And it made me believe in myself more now that I know that I can really run these things despite the adversities and other commitments I have. And so, my message to those who want to start their own business is that despite having all these plans and ideas laid out in front of you, at the end of the day, your trust and your judgment are the reasons that will help you succeed. Because running a small business is 20% plans and 80% grit. And that being said, here is a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt that I'd like to end with. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So thank you. You can connect with me via LinkedIn and you can shop my candles using this QR code.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Nicole. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat box. So, ayan, I actually received one question while you were talking, and then you mentioned about kanina, diba, you mentioned about your competitors having the same packaging, ganyan. So how did
Mm-hmm.
you come up with the minimalistic packaging? Did you search it from Pinterest or how did you come up with that?
Yeah, I
And how did you
actually
also strategize with the marketing strategy for it then?
okay, like you said, I get all of my ideas from Pinterest. I usually create a pin or a board every time I want to experiment with something new. And I also wanted to highlight the story, the movies and books, all those literature stuff for every candle. So I think it's best to show like an illustration of that book or movie. And of course, the picture also kind of like gives an initial expectation to the scent. And in terms of marketing strategy, I really try to do market research every now and then. I check candle making groups, and then I also look for, well, di naman stalk my competitors, but I just check every once in a while to see what else can I give to the market that's not there yet, so that will make me really stand out. So yun.
Ayun, thank you for that. I've been receiving a lot of questions. Okay, meron dito nagtanong, two questions, medyo mahaba. So, hi Miss Nicole, I am really interested with candle making business. So, my questions are, number one, how much does it usually cost to start a candle making business? And second one, what are the basics, the necessary skills or other tips that are needed in starting a business like this one?
Okay, first for the cost, I actually spent 2,000 pesos lang. And it's pretty cheap to start with, because there's no, when you get raw materials, there's no MOQ. So that's really good. So if you just want to make like three candles, you can just buy like 500 grams of wax, or maybe like 10 ml of fragrance oil. So yun, it's really a feasible small business to go with. And in terms of, sorry, what was the other question?
The other question is, so what are the basics necessary skills to make a candle business?
Okay, well, aside from admin stuff, you need to kind of learn the chemistry behind it. So you need to research what, number one, what type of wax to use. So there's a lot in the market. And then there's the wax made from petroleum, which is harmful to the environment. There's also natural waxes such as soy wax, palm wax, and coconut wax. And then in the US, there's a lot of variations. There's yung coconut apricot, yung coco soy, ganon. And then second is to find your wick. So pretty much the wick is the one we light, diba? So yun, you can either go for cotton or wood. And then now, actually just this year, there's more variations now with wicks. Now we have eco wicks, which is a mixture of cotton and paper. And then now we have cross wicks and then tube wicks. So marami na siya now, because the industry really is growing. Third is your fragrance oils or your scents. So you can either choose essential oils or fragrance oils. So the difference is yung essential oils, they actually give like aromatherapy benefits, like I mentioned before. So if you only use, for example, I want my candle to smell like lavender. If I only use fragrance oils, then it will only smell like lavender, but it won't give you the benefits of like a good sleep or like a peaceful mind. Compare mo sa essential oils, there's really a big difference when you smell it. And then what else? Lastly, your selling channels and how you package your candles, because packaging is the rage now. Even if your product is good and your packaging is just, it's just normal, they wouldn't really bat an eyelash. So, your packaging is your first impression. So, you have to wow them just by the first look pa lang. So that's pretty much the essentials in starting your own candle business. So, wax, wick, ano nga yan, scent, and then your packaging. Those four things lang.
Ayan. I hope you take note of that. To the one who messaged me. Okay, I actually have a lot of questions here. So this question is actually nice. So I bet you're an extrovert, Miss Nicole, since you have joined a lot of organizations. But what are your tips for introverts who want to start a small business?
Well, the thing about small business is that you're not showing your face, you're showing your product. So you have this like big, you have this mask, and this is your business, that's your mask. So I guess my biggest tip is to, channel your creativity to your small business. because if you see naman on the pictures of small business social medias, it's their product, it's not the owner. So yun, I guess starting a small business is also helpful for introverts to really get out there and try to express yourself through different mediums. And also it's fun then, especially if you just don't want to like talk to anybody or stuff. Content creation is one way to it's a good outlet for you to just burst your ideas out there. So yeah.
Ayan, thank you for that. Okay, wait lang. I'm reading through the direct messages. Okay, this one. So, good afternoon, Miss Nicole. How is your business doing for this time of pandemic? And if you have encountered hardships, what did you do to surpass that?
Okay, so actually I started this in the middle of a pandemic. So yeah, I guess the main like hurdle I get when operating in a pandemic is the how volatile stuff can be now. For example, if here kasi in Iloilo City, there are times na months na there's little to no cases, yay, and then biglang one day there's a rise. So it's pretty, the environment is what you call it? Sige, volatile. And then yun, I guess unfortunately we just have to follow government rules. And the best thing about selling online is that you don't have to go out. So, you can still keep on operating your business. But then again, there are just some restrictions to it, such as shipping. It will take longer than expected because, limited manpower. So, yun, it's just put it on your like social media accounts and stuff. Na shipping will be a little bit late because, um, pandemic. So yun, just make sure your customers know the limitations of your business then so that wouldn't get bad customer service and stuff. So yeah, and also be careful then in terms of going out and buying your materials because honestly I only get my materials from Shopee because majority of my suppliers are there then. So it's really convenient, and now it's really good that like e-commerce platforms are giving us these types of privileges. So there.
Ayun, thank you for that. Okay, another question. This one naman, operating cost. Actually, back then, I've got a candle and medyo mahal yung shipping fee niya. So, how much are your operating costs, like estimating when making a candle business?
Okay, so yun, I started with 2,000 per. Usually my candles would um yung operating cost niya without fixed costs like yung machines and stuff around depende for example if 100 ml mga 200 pesos ganon. So yun, I think it also depends on your supplier. And for shipping, kaya nga I use Shopee kasi I can use voucher for shipping. So yun, free shipping. And I some of my suppliers also use this courier called GoGo Express. So fixed siya no matter what the weight is. So for example, if I want to get like a box of wax, then yun 300 pesos lang yun or something. Pero it wouldn't like go beyond 500 naman. So ayun, just talk to your suppliers and make sure na you really want that kind of cost. So yan.
Ayun, thank you for that. Okay, I received one question. So, hi, Miss Nicole. I'm also a student like you and I want to make a business, but I'm worried about burnt out given that you have a lot of engagements inside and outside of school. How do you handle this stress?
Uh, I don't handle it. I'm just kidding. Ayun, it can be stressful, but like what I said earlier, know your priorities. If you see now you're getting burned out, you can the thing about small businesses, if you take on a small break, it's not a big deal and people understand. So yan, know your priorities and also manage your time well. I usually do time blocking, but not really like specific sa time. For example, um, I would like plan my day before, like at night, and then I would just put in the morning, I will work out, and then I will study, and then in the afternoon at 2 p.m. I will attend a meeting, and then 5 p.m. I go back to studying, something like that. So, take it one day at a time. You don't have to plan it like yearly, ganon. So, yun. And also, again, be patient with yourself. If you see now you're still struggling a little bit, it's up to you if you want to take a break or maybe like do it next time. But then if you really really want to create a small business and start young, start small, then go ahead, because at the end of the day it's really about your passion towards your small business.
Ayan, thank you for that. And then I received another question. So when making your own business, have you analyzed the target market? If yes, who are you targeting in terms of creating a candle business?
Okay, so di nga ako gumawa ng business plan, di ba? So, ano ayun, I eventually, I identified naman my target market. And there's this like whole new parang segment ng market ngayon, which is like the people who are under several fandoms. So as you can see, Tala by Kaila, they target people who watch this certain K-drama, or target people who watch Harry Potter, ganon. So they create their their theme of their products revolve around those those pop culture ideas. So I tried to apply that strategy and that market segmentation to my business, and it worked really well because honestly speaking, I'm also a consumer. I'm also a victim to that. If I see anything with Draco Malfoy's face on it, I will buy it. So, there are a lot of people like me. Then, if you see Levi's face on a bag, I will buy it. So, yun. Also, it's best then because there's a lot of segmentations when it comes to candle businesses. You have these fandoms who love themed candles. You also have young adults and working people who love candles, who give aromatherapy benefits. You also have di naman old moms, but like families who love to host dinners. Of course, there's candles, ganon. So ayan, there's a lot of segmentation that you can do in terms of trying to target your market in the candle business. So the best way to do it is to go to your competitors' social media accounts and look at the followers and see and try to like see, okay, are they like, do they have families? Are they working? Ganon.
All right. Thank you for that, Miss Nicole. So, yung mga ibang questions na medyo similar sa in-answer ni Miss Nicole, I won't be asking it na already to save time. So, ayun, since if you guys have any more questions, feel free to chat it down muna. So, if there is none already, kanina Miss Nicole flashed her Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, feel free to message her na lang since yung mga iba dito alam ko nahihiya. So if you guys can message Miss Nicole. Andun din naman sa Instagram niya yung email niya. So you guys can email her if you want to have a collaboration with her or if you want to know more about your business. Ayan. So I also want to ask pala, like in line with Lumen Candles, right? You have a milk tea, Ocha milk tea.
Mm.
Right. So how did you balance it all and what is like the marketing strategy for Ocha milk tea and all that? Like we also want to learn more about it. Someone messaged me about that.
Okay, so it's quite different since it's not online, it's an actual store na. So there's costs such as rent, electricity, ganon. And then before we used to have two small carts and now we merged it into one. And then we put it under our old auto mechanic shop. So yeah, so it has that like wood vintage rustic vibe if you go there. And I pretty much do all the marketing stuff there, and I rarely touch on operations. And sometimes I actually do finance work then. But when I was managing since there was two branches, right? When I was managing the other branch, I would handle everything from operations to marketing to finance to admin. So um, my I guess my parang to-do list there is like I just create one big Excel sheet and then I put all of my data there, and then every other day I try to edit it to check what I need to do. So yun, time management also. And since the milk tea business, their inventory turnover is very very high. You need to restock almost every day, and then yun, it's very fast. The food and drink industry just grows very fast. So you need to be alert about it. Then plus pandemic, and you have to also be updated with the government rules in terms of what restaurants open and stuff. So yeah, it's a really different sphere. But I'm just happy that Lumen Candles is kind of like my outlet. It's like my comfort business in a sense because when it comes to Ocha, it's like a medium sized business. So it's pretty stressful and you're working with other people then.
Ayon, thank you for that. Okay, ayon, I received another question. What are your long-term goals and objectives in Lumen Candles?
Wow. To be honest, di ko yun pinag-isipan. Pero thank you for letting me know now that I know na. So actually, I'm actually planning to migrate next year. That's why I'm still iffy on trying to continue it. But now, I'm only focusing on short term goals, and that is to sell 100 candles before October, and that's because I really want to make my own Christmas themed candles for Christmas, and stuff because I love Christmas. So yeah, and I plan on selling 100 candles by October, yung Beyond the Pages line, like 100 candles for each cent, so that I can save up and create like a really nice candles for Christmas for gift giving, Noche Buena. So yun, those are one of my short term goals. Second naman is to really upgrade my social media because last year, as in my pub mats were just kina-canva lang, ganon. So yun, I mean, nagka-canva pa rin ako, pero I really tried to be more creative with design because it's really it's your bait to your customers. So yun, and then lastly, um I guess my long-term goal is hopefully to go international since I'm migrating in the US soon, hopefully. And sana matapos na yun yung pandemic so I can and then hopefully I can implement my small business there and just bring the Filipino name worldwide in candle making.
All right, thank you for that. Actually, Miss Nicole, can I plug again your Instagram on the comment chat box?
Sige,
Kasi
I
may
can.
nagtatanong.
Okay. Sige, go lang, go lang.
Ayan. Your personal IG na lang, no?
Sige.
Ayan. Andiyan naman yung link ng Lumen Candle. So, stop nyo na lang si Mexico. Alright. So, ayan guys. You guys can message her anytime and follow her business na rin. Pati yung Ocha Milk Tea. Ayan. So, since I've not been receiving any questions na lang, kindly message her na lang if you guys have follow-up questions. So, before I present the certificate for Miss Nicole, can we have a quick photo with Miss Nicole?
Sige.
Kindly open your camera, everyone. Ayan. Yung iba kasi nasa labas para lang mag-Zoom. So, thank you guys for joining. Ayan, si Ate Denzel nagbebenta ng balot. Ayan guys, let's take a photo with Miss Nicole. Open na guys ng camera. Let's wait for the other people to open the camera. Ayan. Alright. Okay. Wait lang, may nasa waiting room. Ayan. Let's take a photo. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Another one. 1, 2, 3. Ayan. Thank you everyone for, ay wait lang, ba't may nag-open pa ng camera? Okay, okay na. Sige. Thank you everyone. So before I end this Zoom meeting, I would like to present Miss Nicole her e-certificate given this day on June 11. Thank you so much for imparting your knowledge about candle business. I really was really inspired. Actually, na-refer ka ng friend ko. And so I searched you up and I said, oh, this is cool. I love candles also. And I really learned a lot from today. So actually, wow, 42 participants. Bakit late yung iba? Okay, ayun. Thank you so much, Miss Nicole Gonzaga, for being a part of the e-commerce community for
Thank
today.
you also.
Thank you. And ayon, if you guys want to have more updates, please feel free to sign up sa Ace Commerce website. And ayan, we also have free online education. This is in Malaysia, Indonesia version pa. We'll edit it one to English. So ayan. So this is also sponsored by Asia Commerce Online Store Indonesia in Dubai. So Asia Commerce and Ace Commerce is Indonesia-based. So, kaya medyo yung mga words niya from earlier, from the online course, it's different. So, ayan, we offer membership, Ace Commerce Community. Basically, the membership is just online courses for you guys to be able to get certificates. So, Okay, I won't be admitting people from the waiting room now. I'm so sorry. Ayan, thank you everyone. I'll be sending the link for the e-certificates here. Also, meron tayong recorded na Zoom later. I'll be sending the YouTube for it. Pero naka-private siya, so you guys can access it lang. It's not on public since medyo exclusive. Ayan, so I'll be sending the Google form. So thank you everyone, and thank you Miss Nicole for giving time, given that you have a lot of engagements and a lot of businesses. So thank you so much, Miss Nicole, and for everyone, kindly fill up the Google form. And thank you so much for your time for attending this Zoom meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Miss
Thank you,
Nicole.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Kindly fill up the Google form na lang, guys. Thank you, everyone. Oh, by the way, we have also a Zoom meeting next week with EC and Co. Are you guys familiar with that makeup brand? EC and Co. This. Oh, wait lang. Nakalimutan ko i-open yung responses. Alright, I think it's open na. Okay, ayan. Ayan guys, feel free to sign it up lang. Ayan. Also, before you guys leave, kindly join the website here. This is the website. Ayan. And ayan. Are you guys done na? You guys can leave if you guys are done na. Thank you, everyone. Next week, we have Issei and Co. Are you guys familiar with that? Issei and Co. It's a Latin brand, I guess. Hindi po ma-open. Really? It's open na though. I've been receiving responses now. So it's open. Yeah, it's open. And guys. Ayan. If you guys are done, you guys can leave the Zoom meeting now. Also, don't forget to join our website since we have updates from our website. So yeah, this is the website. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. See you guys next week. And yeah, we will be having webinars every
Thank
week.
you po.
Thank you guys. I really do appreciate you guys coming here. Thank you. We'll be receiving the e-certificates tonight.
Thank you po.